Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the Garps challenges, all of the 10-star challenges with a mono int team, utilizing the new, my boy, Halloween Shanks. So, with Halloween Shanks, he's honestly, I would argue, probably the most versatile and the most useful, or you'll probably see the most play out of the three INT super typings that just released on OPTC Global, the Mihawk, the Law, and the Shanks, purely because his special isn't devoted to INT specifically. He boosts Slashes and Cerebral's color affinity, and he's a chain booster, which was very, very strong. I do understand you do need 4 INT units to fully get the chain boost, but there's 2 characters running around at the moment on both versions that are just clapping every piece of content, and their names are Roger and Odin. And because this is a Shanks, you can trigger the super typing of Roger, you can get color affinity for your Slashes and your Cerebral units as well, you can use him as a sub. The downside to his special is you literally don't need 2 of them. 2 color affinity boosters is only good if you are running content where you can actually get the most out of those color affinity boosters. So in this video today, we are hybriding this guy up with V4 Law. The reason I'm hybriding him up with V4 Law is I actually pulled Mihawk. I didn't level him up in time for this video, as Doffy and Revolutionary Army 1 and 2 will be leaving us in about 2 days' time. So I really wanted to get this video out as quickly as possible for you guys. So I did utilize V1 6 plus Mihawk, which was a lot of fun to use. But the big upside to using a Mihawk on an INT team with these guys is Mihawk triggers both of their super typings, which means that you can actually get both their super typings by just utilizing 1 unit. So V4 Mihawk just has infinite value if you have both of these guys, or if you have one of them so you can bring a friend. And that's exactly what we did. So today we are taking on Garps Challenge Heavenly Demon 1. We are taking on Revolutionary Army 1 and the WhiteBeard Pirates. Now, I didn't use the same team for both of them. I definitely could have made a team for both of them, but I was just having some fun with Shanks, mucking around. Was the last mono color that I had to do, so I thought I'd chuck on the recorder for you guys right before these events do go away. And we are going to take them on for one final time. So let's hop into the runs and let's see how Shanks and Law perform. Alright, so for the first Garps challenge, we're going to take on Heavenly Demon 1. Now, we are rocking my boy Halloween Shanks, but we are bringing a friend Halloween Law. Now, downside to Halloween Shanks is he's special. It's a very good special. You just don't need 2 of them. Like, if you have an Orb or attack booster, it's fine having like 2 of them in like most of these runs, as it works really, really well. But with Shanks having color affinity, it's kind of like, you know, it's like I don't need 2 specials to give me color affinity. So with the whole concept of like no normal attacks only, I thought, well, what's a better way than hybriding him up with someone like the new V4 Law. Now, V4 Law I don't actually have out of the 3 in super typings, so I did kind of really want to sort of play around with him as well. Now, I do have Mihawk. I just didn't have him done when I was doing these recordings, so I would definitely replace Saba Koala with the Mihawk, but I did chuck on the old INT Mihawk for you guys, just to sort of show you how strong the super typings can be of both Shanks and Law, as Mihawk procs both of them. As you saw there, on stage 2, we versus the Vacuum Cleaner Lady. We are just going to use Law's special there, and we're going to blitz our way through her as we have color affinity, and we can just move on to the next stage against Rebecca. With Rebecca, she does have a preemptive, which triggers Law's special. She puts up 3 turns of defense up, and she gives us 3 turns of paralysis. So with Time Skip Nami, we can remove one of those turns of paralysis. We are going to use Aim to remove the defense up, and then we can use our Time Skip Nami special to remove the rest of the paralysis. We can then, with our Orb boost, switch with Saba Koala so we get an extra Orb, and with that, we can just absolutely destroy Rebecca. Catch her. The combination of Shanks and Law works really, really well, as Shanks has a lot of healing, Law throws out a lot of damage. It should works very, very well. On that particular stage against all the Dressrosters, I just thought, hey, I'm just going to use this Mihawk special, see if I can kill some of them. Turns out, I killed all of them. So, using Law is really, really good as well, as there's a lot of despair on this stage, as you saw against the Vacuum Cleaner Lady and now against Bardo. With Law's amazing captain ability, we can just remove that. A lot of these units have Barrier Pen as well. Both the Shanks and the Law both have Barrier Pen, which means we can actually just fly through Bardo. This team actually makes Doffy one look stupidly easy. We get through it before we even get Law's special back. I think we just get his special back at the end, but worked really, really well. So with the preemptive on the treble stage, we are just going to blitz our way through all of the guys in the back, which works out really, really well. As then we can use the 3 turns to actually, or the 2 turns because of time skip Nami's amazing sailor ability, to actually just take out treble on the final turn. That way we can remove the paralysis and we can utilize all the stalling. Because treble does have like an end of turn damage, that actually goes into Law's end of turn damage himself. So we can actually throw that back at treble every single time at the end of all of our turns. We are paralyzed though, so we aren't going to be able to attack completely. But like you see, we can throw a lot of damage back at treble. And then once the paralysis is gone, we can finish him off. Sorry about this. Oh, apologies about that. Had to close my door. So, if you do have the V4 Mihawk, he works incredibly well, as he's going to be the attack booster for this team rather than Sabo Koala. Sabo Koala give a color affinity when you switch for Free Spirits and Cerebrals, but with Shanks, we don't really need that color affinity, but I mean, it is what it is. On the final turns against Doffy now, we have 3 turns to take out Doffy, and we have a lot of extra buffs that we can use. So, we can use the Shanks super typing here. That way we can set all the defense to 0, which just helps us out taking out the enemies with a lot of defense very, very easily. We can use his special as well, give ourselves some color affinity and the chain boost. The chain boost is the real reason why we're using his special here. His super typing also gives us a little bit of orb manipulation if we have TND, recovery, block, bomb, or empty orbs. So that's always nice as well. And then we can use Law's super typing as well, just to make sure that we have enough health in case we do take a shot from any of these guys. If we do take a shot from any of them, basically Law's just going to blast through them, like just easy claps. But because Doffy is on a 3-turn cooldown, there's nothing really to worry about here, as we can just sort of blitz our way through all of the enemies here. We can use our Sabo Koala special, and then we can finish off Doffy. Now, ideally, you probably don't want to switch there with Sabo Koala, or you want to switch there and then use their special on the next turn, as the fact that Sabo Koala is now a red unit, it's great they have color affinity and all, but they ain't doing too much damage, mainly because Law only boosts int, which kind of sucks. So with this particular team, I only just had enough damage to sort of take out Doffy, as we did get a little bit unlucky with our orb roll, but just with the amazing power that this team has, it managed to do it so quick. Like, I was like taking my time. I think I was having a few beers with Maddie, and just managed to absolutely destroy it. It was easy claps. So that was the hybrid Law and Shanks team taking on Heavenly Demon 1. Unfortunately, that content won't be around for much longer. But it was nice to finish off my INT challenges with my boy Halloween Shanks, as well as bringing a character that I don't have. So it's just nice to play with other units, giving a little bit of, well, adding another dimension to the game. So for the next Garps challenge against Revolutionary Army 1, we're actually bringing the exact same team. We have Halloween Ace support on our Sabo Koala. We are utilizing Halloween Shanks as our leader. We are bringing a friend Law, which works out really, really well. And then we do have our AIN, Time Skip Nami, Sabo Koala support, as well as the V1 Mihawk. Again, if you have V4 Mihawk, I would definitely replace Sabo Koala with V4 Mihawk and then bring someone else, or even just replace Mihawk, I guess. And that way, you can still get the super typing for both Law and Shanks, and you can get that amazing 2 turns of attack boosting that Law can provide. Sorry, that Mihawk can provide. Mihawk's also really, really good at removing the damage reduction, which is very prevalent on the WhiteBeard challenges, so I really wish that I actually finished him up, but I just got so frustrated when I was trying to do the Doffy 2 challenge and the WhiteBeard challenge with this same team that I just said screw it and ended up just changing the team and not using the super types. But we'll talk about that when I get to the WhiteBeard Pirates. So on stage 2, we come up against Kuma. Kuma puts up 2 turns of defense up, which we can remove very, very easily with our AIM special. And then with the switchability of Sabo Koala, we can get some color affinity. And with that, we have type advantage, so we are just going to absolutely blast our way through Kuma here. Easy claps. On to stage 3 now. We come up against Robin and a bunch of her female lackeys. They're going to bind our top row for 5 turns and give us a full board of bomb orbs. This is where the support of Halloween Ace is very, very good on Sabo Koala, as we can just remove the the bind, and then we can just use our Mihawk special to just blast our way through that stage. Easy claps. Onto the next stage, we come up against Invinkov and Inuyasuma. They have a preemptive, which kind of sucks for them, which means Law's literally just going to throw back damage. And then we can just use that first turn to take out Inuyasuma without any issues. We did switch with Sabo Koala there, so we could guarantee ourselves a matching orb, but it's really not essential. On the second turn, we can target Invinkov. And now that we have our Mihawk back, we can remove the bomb orb there. We can eat the cheeky little meat orb that we didn't eat the cheeky little meat orb. I guess if you hit perfects with Shanks, you just get healing anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But as you can see with the perfects, we can just make our way through to the next stage. Onto the next stage, we come up against Morley and Bello Betty. Morley locks onto him. He only attacks every 3 turns, and Bello Betty attacks every single turn. She's a Psy unit, though, so you know what that means. When she attacks us, Laurie's just going to throw all that damage back. So, with the 1-turn barrier that Morley has, we do have Barrier Pen, and as you can see, like, we just do so much damage with this team. Every time you hit a perfect, your next INT unit for Shanks' multiplier will be 5 times, and every time you hit a perfect, Law's captain ability gets higher and higher. Very, very similar to Smoker, but for some reason, Law's just way better than Smoker. Like, he just does so much more. On to stage 6 now. We come up against Lindbergh and Kurosawa. Lindbergh and Kurosawa are going to give you a full board of block orbs, and then they're going to bind your right-hand side for 5 turns. So with sockets, it's going to go down to 2, and that's where having double special on Ain just makes this so much quicker. So we can use the special of Ain here to remove the bind. Now, I was still very new to Shanks when I was doing this and totally forgot that his super typing would give us a full board of orbs. So what I would actually do here is actually utilize Shanks's super typing here, as that way you can actually get yourself a full board of orbs, and if you run like a Magello ship, you can actually lock that, which would just be really, really good. But nevertheless, it's really not that big of a deal, as we can take our time on this particular stage, as we have so much HP, like so much HP, especially because if we take a shot here as well, we are going to throw that damage back before a preemptive strike occurs. So the thing with Kurosawa, he's actually going to special blind us if we don't kill him here, as you guys will see on this particular turn here. But because of Law's like end of turn damage, what we can actually do here is we can actually like stall the 2 turns, let him hit us again, and then let Law's end of turn damage actually kill him. Because of that, that actually triggers the 3 turns of special blind, as this is our next turn, basically. So the game actually tricks itself into thinking that that was our turn, and therefore we remove the special blind for that extra turn, which is really, really handy, because now we move into this turn against Sabo Koala now, who actually give us a 50% HP cut, but we can use Law's amazing captain ability to throw back damage. We can use Law's super typing to heal a little bit back up, and then we can actually use our Shanks special as well as the super typing to lower the defense to 0. We can get the extra chain buff with Shanks's special as well. With Law's special, we can get a orb buff, and with Sabo Koala's special, we can basically get an attack buff for pretty much this entire team besides Ain and Mihawk. So even with the burn, we're just gonna have so much damage that we can actually just kill Sabo Koala without any issues whatsoever. We do protect ourselves from death, but if you don't kill Sabo Koala and then they attack you and then you cop the burn, it is going to kill you. But as you can see, it's only a 3,000 burn, so it's really not that much damage. And with Shanks' healing, you can get healing back there too. Once the Sabo Koala res, you can just use the Mihawk special and just win, basically. So that was Revolutionary Army on. Very, very easy with the exact same team. The fact that there's no normal attacks only just makes Law GOAT mode, to be honest. It's kind of like running Kato, you know? Like, he just makes these challenges look so damn easy. Even though they're not hard, but they're definitely not that easy. So on to the next Garps challenge against WhiteBeard now. I did have to change the team up. I did take off Mihawk, and I did take off time skip Nami. I did replace them with Neptune to remove some attack down, as well as the rare recruit Baccarat to remove even more attack down. So the big thing about this particular piece of content is they are very prevalent in attack down on stage 2 and stage 6, and it's very, very annoying to get around if you don't have a mechanic to do so. So on the first turn, we're going to kill the INT Lackey and then just move on. Again, if you have V4 Mihawk, definitely replace Sabo Koala. That way you can not only get an attack boost for this entire team, but you can actually trigger the super typings of Law and Shanks. But as you guys will see in this particular clip, we didn't actually need it. So on stage 2 against the Watermelon Head guy, he's going to throw do a HP cut, which means Law gets to throw some damage back. Then we can use our Neptune special to remove that attack down, and then we can just basically blast our way through this particular stage. Because of Neptune's amazing Sailor ability, we can actually get cooldowns every time another unit uses a cooldown, which just works really, really well, as when we use his special early, we don't have to worry about sort of stalling to get it back. It's just going to naturally occur as we basically make our way through this particular piece of content, as well as utilizing other characters' specials. So on this stage against Blenheim, Higuma, and I looked up this guy's name, and I did not remember it. I knew that was going to happen, but it is what it is. Basically, if you keep the red guy alive, I swear his name's Blenheim, he does a recovery bind, so you do want to make sure you kill him. Higuma is going to double attack, which means Law's going to throw more damage, but it's really not necessary. As you can see, there's so much damage there. On the next stage, now we come up against Speed Gilly, Ezio, and maybe that's Blenheim. I call him the Flame Swordsman, but I like the Flame Swordsman. We'll call him Flame Swordsman. So what we want to do here is kill Speed Gilly, just so we can get some healing back. If we do take a shot, you guys know exactly what's going to happen. But every time we hit a perfect with Shanks, we can get some healing back. The thing with Baccarat is, though, if you hit a great or a good, you actually keep the orb that is on her. So I'm not actually missing them because I'm a spoon. I'm actually purposely missing them so I can actually hang on to that orb, just so we can do a little bit more damage and guarantee ourselves an orb on Baccarat. As you can see, this team doesn't have very good matching orb manipulation just from the captains. That sort of has to come from the supports, which is a little bit annoying. But at the end of the day, like, it's not hard. Like, they have so much damage, like 5 times multipliers, that it is what it is, you know. You can bring subs to give you matching orbs. You can not bring subs to give you matching orbs. It really doesn't matter too much, because at the end of the day, we do play a gacha that is RNG. So on to the next stage now, we come up against Josie. Josie puts up 3 turns of damage reduction and defense up. This is where Ain is going to be amazing once again, as we can use her words are hard. You can actually use her special to remove 2 turns each of those. You can actually stall a turn here, though, if you want to, and just stall out that extra turn and just take a shot, as we do have damage reduction, and the Law is obviously going to throw back the damage. But I did want to try and get through this as quickly as possible, so I just did want to use my Law special. That way I can carry it into the next stage against, oh my gosh, Marco and Vista. We take it into the next stage against Marco and Vista, and that way we just have heaps more damage to take them out. So on this particular stage, they give us 3 turns of paralysis, 3 turns of attack down, and 3 turns of chain lock. So Baccarat's just an absolute god, as she just removes all of that. Just thank you so much. We do have Tessero support on our Baccarat as well. That way we can get a 3.25 chain lock. Is it 3.25 or is it just 3 times? It might be just a 3 times, actually, now I'm thinking about it. And because we have the carryover orb boost, we can absolutely just tear our way through Marco. Marco is a Scion as well, and because we are running a full INT team, it makes life very, very easy to get through his people, as you're about to see here. We do switch with our Cyber Koala as well. That way we can actually just get some color affinity. I was hoping that I could kill Marco without hitting with Baccarat, but look, it is what it is. I probably should have attacked with Sabo first, and that way my INT units would have had way more damage. We do still have normal attacks only, though, so not taking him out on the first turn isn't really the end of the world, as we do want to sort of get rid of that normal attacks only, as it's just a really annoying debuff. Like, it's just very, very annoying. If we didn't have it, like, Vista would be dead right now. Like, that's so much damage that Vista's doing to us, and Law would just chuck that back 100 times. But now that the normal attack only is going to be gone, we are going to finish off Vista here. I did switch with Cyber Koala so I could switch back into them to guarantee myself a matching orb on the final stage against our boys Ace and Whitebeard. So we do get slop winded on our top and bottom rows. So Baccarat does have the removal of that through her limit break, which is very, very handy. But the other 3 units don't. So we're going to switch with our Cyber Koala. That way we can guarantee ourselves an orb. We can use their special to get an attack buff to our Free Spirits and our Cerebral units. Neptune's going to give us the orb boost to our Cerebral and Powerhouse units. Finally, we've got Shanks special here for the chain boost, as this particular team especially when you're running lore, sort of relies on back-ended damage. Now, as you can see, literally just with the 2 orbs, we can easily clap them and finish it off. So there you guys go. That was my int run against all the Garps challenges. Unfortunately, Doffy and Revolutionary Army will be leaving us in about 2 days' time. So if you haven't done it, make sure to farm them up. But if you guys did enjoy this one, make sure to hit that like button. And if you do want to stay up to date with more OPTC content I post, hit that big red subscribe button too. And if you want to get notified, hit the little bell icon as well. But guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day. As always, I thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's